Good morning, afternoon, evening, or night, and welcome to Side Character Quest. I'm your side character guest, Mason, playing the character of Talbotton, and guiding me on my journey today is...
It is me, Ty, and I am so happy to have you here today, Mason. I love it, and...
Hey, excuse me, Mr. Mason. It's me, Grumbles.
Hey, are you like Ty's dad?
No, I'm his AC mechanic. Listen, I had some questions. I was listening to the show last week, and I had some quick questions about the nature of your character.
You kind of look like Ty, though, but like older.
Oh, listen, that's neither here nor there.
Sorry.
Hey, Mason, don't let him.
Don't listen to him. I had some questions about your character, so let me just understand this.
Yeah. Shoot, Grumble.
Yeah, Grumbles. It's Grumples. Yes, you got it. Got it in one.
Hey, did you... Is Ty... I see, like, the back half of him sticking out of that cabinet. Is he gonna be, like...
He'll be fine.
Okay. Yeah, what's up? What do you need to know?
I just had some questions about, I just wanted to confirm. So you and this father Pard fella,
yeah,
you guys are both umbrella tieflings?
Well, I mean, that's... In a manner of speaking, I guess. No, it's Brega tieflings.
What kind of mishmash is that?
Well, it's kind of like
this does not sound like it's canon to the Dungeons and Dragons.
Well, it's not exactly canon, Grumbles, and I don't want to make assumptions, but I'm assuming your voice strikes me as someone who might be familiar with Bigfoot.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So like cryptids, like Bigfoot, Mothman.
Yes.
It's kind of like a D&D version of that, like some sort of a natural oddity. Ty is writhing around in that cabinet. I think
It does. He'll be fine. Trust me about this.
Well, I think I might be making an inaccurate statement.
No, that's pretty accurate. The Brega tiefling, I sort of an alternate name that I had for them was the cryptid tiefling. Basic idea is that it's rather than being a person with like this demonic connection, like a standard tiefling, these are connected to nature in some way and are weird.
Hey, Ty?
Yep.
I was talking with Grumbles. I just needed a quick answer. Can you just... Grumbles!
Okay.
Hey, you go ahead and go sit back over there.
Yeah, did that clear things up for you, Grumbles?
I think I understand it, but look, in mechanics terms, what exactly does this mean?
Well, okay, so Ty actually came up with this really cool thing where they're sort of being influenced by this natural magic, and so occasionally their form will sort of shift and change day to day, and with that comes some different magical abilities related to how that happens.
Okay.
Kind of like maybe one day they're a little bit more foresty, or maybe they're embodying sort of more of a natural fire spirit, and their traits from that affect their abilities within the game.
Okay, so you get like some spells from this?
Yeah, you get like, depending on what level you get cantrips, or like a first level spell, or a second level spell.
Okay.
I think Ty might like release this as a bonus thing, like a thing you can play.
That's the thing that I'm planning on doing, yes, sir.
Okay, I'm really excited to use this in one of my own games, and if I do, I will tweet to @SCQ Podcast and let everybody know.
Grumples, for being some sort of a strange man who barges in and crams people into cabinets, you really are pretty on brand.
I do my best.
Do you have a Twitter?
Do I have a Twitter?
Yeah.
I will after this, by the end of this episode. What would be a good handle for me?
Oh, HVAC Grumps? Or like...
Yes, sir. @HVAC Grumps.
I think that won't be taken, hopefully. I mean, you can always try.
If it is taken, I will have censored this, and I will link to my real handle in the show notes. And by Huh?
You edit the podcast.
I mean, sometimes I like
Okay.
to add in the sound effects and...
But it's confusing because the relationship seems a little adversarial, but also very kind of wholesome and helpful. It's strange.
Listen, Ty's a complete fucking bumpkin. He doesn't know what he's doing with the audio or the video. There isn't even a video component, but he thinks there is.
Ooh, that's rough. But like, I see that when he jumped out, I saw that you like put a pillow in that cupboard. So like, you're not. That was like kind of you, Grumples.
I want him to live his best life.
Thank you, Grumples.
He has a cat now.
Oh,
I gotta make sure that he survives.
gotta do it.
He's living for two.
I feel that. Grump,
Anyway, what did you roll today?
are you crying? Oh, I didn't. Wait, are you and me doing this? Because this is going to be a very different.
Grumbles. No. Okay. Get out of here. Out.
Okay, sorry you had to see that, Mason. Do we need to start the show, or what? Where are you guys at?
Nah, he's like super on brand for being a home invader.
Oh, cool.
You
Yep.
You and that guy are like cool, right? Like should I call somebody?
I mean, you can try. I don't think it's gonna make any difference, but you can try.
Okay.
So as a Brega Tiefling, Mr. Talbotton, you get to, at the beginning of every day, you roll a d4 to select the trifecta of spells that you get. So go ahead and roll that for me.
Sure. I just got. Oh, sorry. You continue.
Oh, I was going to say that this selection of spells, if you so choose, can have aesthetic changes on your appearance, but that's up to you.
So I think it's kind of fitting because of where we last left Talbotton. I rolled a 1, so I have Produce Flame as a cantrip, Fairy Fire as a first level spell, and Flame Blade as a second level spell.
Very fiery, good.
So I think Talbotton's kind of like fired up, like he's about to go on an adventure. He was already fired up. He put like half an office to sleep just because someone was being a little frustrating. So I think it's kind of fitting, and I think maybe I know I kind of described him as having doe-like features. So, I think Talbotton's doe-like appearance has kind of hardened, not like to the point of having scales, but to the point where you'd be like, you look like you feel like you should have scales.
Cool, but of course this is hidden under your illusion, assuming that you've kept that hat on.
I've redoffed my hat from Alabasters.
Cool. All right, you want to roll into the fucking show?
Yeah, dude.
Rad.
Feel like the cursing was a little bit
Hey, yeah.
high energy.
Fucking rad.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Golly gee willikers. Let's pitter patter on in here. That's my new Talbotton. It's my new Talbotton voice.
Awesome.
That's why I'm a writer, not a speaker. Okay.
Did that snuff out of you and placed a bolt square between his eyes, just missing the left ear of the old man he was using as a meat shield. And that, my friend, is how I single-handedly slew the 13 pyromancers of Quelton.
I have to ask, Blue, was there anyone left in the town after you were done? There's so many deaths in this story, it was hardly plausible.
Well, I did not count the bodies, but I assume someone paid me, so I assume someone survived.
Let's hope, I suppose. I wonder who had such a vindictive agenda against pyromancers.
Well, they had burned up a lot of crops and a lot of bodies. They were bad folks. Trust me on this. They were real bad. And that kind of reminds me of did I ever tell you about the time that I was out in the town of Brotherly? I was called out there on account of being the #1 werewolf hunter in all the world. And, well...
Blue.
Yes?
Let me stop you there.
All right.
How about we play another round of cards? If you win, you get to tell me this story again.
Ooh, love it.
If I win, I'm going to look out the window until we get there.
Fair enough.
It is a very, very hot, sweltering day, but fortunately the canvas shade of the carriage provides them with a little bit of cover and makes it almost bearable. You and Blue have several weeks of rations. You have all of the equipment that you have decided to bring, whatever came when you were building your character. You've got all of that on you, and you are most of the way to Flughaven. Just when you hear the carriage roll to a stop.
Oh,
All right, everybody out. That's as far as we go.
What's the driver's name?
Her name is Sarah.
Okay. I step out and walk around to the front. I bow and tip my hat without taking it off, of course, and say,
thank you for the passage, Sarah.
and I flip her a coin.
Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate that, Mr. Talbotton. And, good luck.
Now, excuse me, Mrs. Sarah. I'm looking in front of this carriage where you're telling us that we have reached the end of our road, and I'm under the impression that we're going to a town, and yet I see ahead of me no such location.
Yes, my compatriot does raise a good point. Where are we? This is as far as we go?
Yeah, so here's the thing. This road goes to Flughaven. There isn't a road here anymore, so I can't go any farther, and I gotta stay with this carriage because I got my own things I gotta take care of. All right. So if you're gonna want to get the rest of the way, you're gonna have to go on foot.
I kind of lean back and look ahead of the carriage more, which I guess I didn't do when I walked around it. What does it look like in front of us?
Roll me a perception check.
D&D.
To perceive the road or lack thereof?
Okay. With a passive perception, I will say that the road it's just like woods ahead of you, like vines, plants, that type of stuff.
Okay, well, I got a 17 plus 3, so that's a dirty 20.
Heck yeah.
So do I see a road now?
Looking out ahead of you, you see a road. It opens up. No, looking out ahead of you, you see a completely overgrown path. You can very clearly, for at least the first 10 feet into these woods, you can see on the ground where the road is. But there's grass, there's vines, there's small underbrush, bushes just growing right there, and it's very lush,
But not carriage friendly.
but not carriage friendly. With a 20, I will also tell you that the division between the road and the not road, the overgrown spot, is pretty stark. Like it's a pretty much the spot where it just suddenly the road has become overgrown. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think in that case, I turn back to Sarah and I say,
Do you travel this way often?
I haven't been here in a while, but yes, sir. I come here, and there's a few more miles of road through here. I have never seen it like this. I mean, I haven't been here in probably, at this point, it's probably been about a year, 2 years since I've been here. But I used to come by all the time. I know this place.
So the last time you were here,
Yeah.
it wasn't like this.
No, it was not like this. It was smooth sailing for up until Flughaven. You know it when you see the silos peeking over the edge of the trees.
can I see any silos?
No. Yeah, she sees you eyeing the horizon, and she's like, "No, we're nowhere near that point. There would be probably a couple more hours on carriage ride before we actually could see Flughaven from here."
Oh, good. I must say that you seem rather unperturbed for someone who has suddenly come across a road that was a road the last time you were here and is no longer. This is unusual.
I mean, I guess, but I was told that I was taking you guys to go investigate a spot where sorry, she wouldn't have said this. Maybe she would have. Roll back. Well, yeah, but I mean, I've heard some crazy stuff going on down here, so I'm not too perturbed because, you hear about some skeletons out and about, then, who gives a shit about a road disappearing,
Right, yes. Right, maybe a couple hundred of them are just avid gardeners or really into forest management, and they've decided to expand the local flora. Yes, wonderful.
Now, Talbotton, I don't know about that. I've heard some crazy things about skeletons, but I've never heard them garden.
Yes, no shit, Blue. Okay, Sarah,
Yeah?
if you had to guess, how long would it take to walk the remaining distance?
Well, she looks up into up to the sun. Well, I think you guys could get there before nightfall. You guys could get there before night.
How many horses are pulling this carriage?
There are 2 horses pulling the carriage.
I look at the horses, and I look at Sarah, and I say,
Well, you know what would make it quite faster would be if we could perhaps make use of one of those horses, and with the carriage lightened from, us not being upon it anymore, I believe you could get back and we could get there quickly. And I cast suggestion.
Ooh. Okay, so we are going to... I'm going to put a... Okay, go ahead. Go ahead and cast suggestion. Go ahead and cast suggestion.
If that's not cool, that's fine too.
No. We will... Everybody put your finger on the fact that this is happening, and I will refer to it again in the future. But go ahead and cast suggestion.
Okay, so creatures that can't be charmed are immune to this effect. I'm assuming that Sarah can be charmed.
Oh, you better hope.
Yeah, unless she's a skeleton. The suggestion must be worded in a manner as to make the course of action sound reasonable, which I tried to do. The target must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, it pursues the course of action to describe to the best of its ability. The suggested course of action can continue for the entire duration. If the suggested activity can be completed in a shorter time, the spell ends when the subject finishes what it was asked to do.
Do they know they've been charmed afterwards?
No, it just says if you or your companions damage the target, the spell ends.
Rad. Okay, go ahead. I do a wisdom saving throw?
Yes.
And what's the DC that I'm aiming for?
The DC on that would be 14.
Okay. I rolled a 5.
Ooh.
So yeah, she is going to go ahead and be like, so you just wanted the one horse? Well, that's what you asked for?
Yeah. Yes.
Well, that seems pretty reasonable. I mean, the carriage. I like to have 2 horses for the carriage in case to keep it light and keep it moving smoothly. But one of them can pull it. It's not that big. So yeah, sure. I suppose you guys can take that.
And believe me, you can take a deposit from.
Who hired the carriage?
That would have been Father Pard.
Father Pard.
Yeah.
Do I have any how much coin do I have? Because I think Talbotton would pay a deposit to say we'll return the horse.
Yeah, how much came with your background? I will say that you are carrying however much your background gave you.
Oh, that's a good question. I actually didn't write down how much gold I have.
What was the background you chose?
Oh God, I believe it was entertainer. Equipment, 15 gold pieces. There it is. I already flicked her 1 as a tip, so I think I give her 4 more and say,
Consider this a small deposit, as I'm not carrying much, but take another larger deposit from Father Pard's coffers if you need to, and we will return the horse and return the deposit.
Oh man, that's real nice. Thank you.
Yes, thank Father Pard.
and I smirk.
All right, well, I'll be heading back up this way. I'll take a left instead of a right at that intersection back up that way, and I'll just swing back here on my way back. So if you guys can just I guess just have the horse back here in how long are you guys gonna be? Well, whatever. You guys bring it back to Cirque, we'll be fine.
Right, that's kind of what I was thinking with the deposit, just because we don't know, but we'll keep him safe. And
I don't know how deposits work.
Well, good. Then we're good. We're even and we're clear. Thank you so much, Sarah.
Carriage sounds.
Well, she was real nice. Oh, just lending us her horse for no reason. I appreciate that. Appreciate a good turn from folks. See, that's the thing.
And he slaps you on the back.
Ouch.
That's the thing, Tal. You just gotta do a good thing for somebody else. They'll do a good thing in return.
Yes, Blue, you're saying what I did as though I didn't do it.
All right.
Hey, Melanie.
Hey, Jake.
Boy, howdy, am I just so excited.
Okay. What's up?
I'm excited for the Scavengers Network Independent Podcast Showcase.
Oh, yeah, I heard about it. Should be pretty all right.
Coming the weekend of May 21st on twitch.tv/The Scavengers Network.
Yeah.
A weekend packed full of shows, videos, and fun from your favorite indie creators.
Jake, what the fuck?
Check out snipshowcase.com for dates, times, and the lineup. The Scavengers Network Indie Podcast Showcase. snipshowcase.com.
Why are you like this all the time?
All right, Mason. So we are moving on to the next portion of the show where you are going to be doing a skill challenge. Are you aware of skill challenges, Mason?
You mean aside from like, I want to jump this gap, roll deception to see if you can lie to the gap about how big it is, like that kind of thing?
No, well, yes, those are skill checks. They are crucial to skill challenges. The idea behind skill challenges is that they are a series of skill checks with the same DC that you pass enough of them before getting too many failures. Make sense?
Oh, yeah. Kind of like death saves, but not for quite as high of stakes.
Exactly.
Okay.
So right now, you and Blue are traveling together through this very like dense underbrush. And feel free to ask me, questions as we go along. We'll get some narration, whatever, as we enter.
One
Yes.
question out the gate is I would have gotten the horse's name from Sarah.
Oh, fuck off.
Eli.
We have too many Elis in the show already.
Fair.
Let me check my followers. Let's say M. Walker.
Interesting, because it's very close to my name of M. Washer, which is my
EM, like Emily.
Okay.
So we'll just say M.
M.
Yeah. Named after @MWalker_writer on Twitter, who is a follower of the show. So, where was I in the description of the thing?
You gave us the rundown of what skill checks were, and you said we were going to start them. Skill challenges.
Yes. So, your goal, alongside Blue, is to get to Flughaven before nightfall. Barring that, you want to get there at least unharmed and not exhausted. So to be clear, you will get there eventually.
Right.
Unless you do something absolutely fucking crazy.
Right.
I'm going to ask you to complete a series of DC 13 skill checks. So you have to get 13 or higher. Understand?
Yes.
And once you pass 3, you have arrived at Flughaven. However, each time you miss one, things will get worse and worse for you. And after 3 failures, you have arrived at Flughaven, but you're like very worse for wear. So this skill challenge stops at either 3 successes or 3 failures. Make sense?
Yes.
Now here comes the fun part. You can do anything, any skill. You can come up with any skill to get us there, but you can't repeat the same skill twice.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. I can use any skill and apply it and obviously make it make narrative sense.
Exactly.
But I can't just deception check my way through it by lying to the earth about how easy it is to get there.
Exactly.
I realize that I have boosted a horse for us, and yet I am not proficient in animal handling, so that's...
I will say, this is taking my finger off of that spot that I had said I had put my finger on earlier. I will count you getting this horse. I will count that as your first pass, your first success.
Oh, okay.
Because you are getting a certain distance in and actually make pretty good progress riding astride this horse.
Other important question. Is Blue also going to be making checks?
He can, but you will make that decision.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Because I was going to just be a good bard and give him bardic inspiration by reciting a short poem to him. But if he's not making checks, I'm not spending my words. Also, I'm a little miffed. I generally like him, but after spending a whole day in a hot carriage with him, I think I'm a little bit tired.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
You and Blue are riding M. God.
Maybe shouldn't have named the horse after a follower, Ty.
Yeah, maybe shouldn't have.
It's occurring to me that now that might not have been the best. Sorry, M.
Sorry, you and... Why did I do that?
What about Walker? Because that's better.
Walker. You and Blue are riding Walker through this undergrowth. It's getting thicker and thicker as you go, and it's getting to the point where it's going to be kind of difficult to keep going on the horse. What do you do?
Well, Blue, I think we're just hampering Walker's progress at this point. Perhaps we should hop off and just kind of continue on foot.
All right. Are we bringing her along, or are we?
Well, I mean, yes. I'm not just going to leave the horse in the woods, Blue.
All right. Hey, listen. I just wasn't sure if you wanted to tie her up and leave her here, but yeah, we'll kind of navigate her through. All right.
Roll me a animal handling check to see how well you are able to navigate her through.
Oh, dang it. I walked myself right into animal handling without trying to.
You just told me you were bad at it.
I know. I should not have shown you my weak spot. I'm like a Zelda boss. All right. That's not amazing, but that's not... Oh, man, that's a 12. That's rough. That's a 9 plus 3. I know I said I wasn't good at it, but bards are like... Skill checks are...
Oh, they're fucking
insanely,
amazing.
It's ridiculous for bards in 5e.
Yeah. So you have 1 pass and 1 failure. What is it? What does this look like? You are able to keep the horse with you for now, but is it just like what is going on?
Oh, I was going to say, I think maybe as soon as we get off the horse, Walker turns tail and just bolts back to try and find Sarah.
Acceptable. That, yeah, you lose this horse.
Well, Blue, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't. Let's just go.
Oh, that was almost profound.
You look how. I think the horse was acting. That whole time riding in, it seemed tedious, and look at it go.
You know, you're right. Did it seem to give you a dirty look as it turned?
Yes. I thought I was losing it a little bit in the heat, but no, it did seem a bit snarky.
Yeah. Well, only one way through, I suppose. All right, let's keep going.
All right. So you guys continue forward, and you can present what this next situation is. You are walking through this pine forest / wooded / swampy area. What is like a thing that you would like to try to make this easier for yourself?
Okay, so if I'll just throw out that I'm guessing it's still really hot and like we're probably very tired.
You're fucking worn.
So I think Talbotton starts humming an old dwarven working song that he just sort of had picked up at some point, and it just breaks out into them full on, just like him and Blue, like he teaches Blue, and they're just full on singing as they walk down the path to just pass the time.
I don't know a good working song.
The stones are hard, the rocks are hard. The axe is dull, but the bed is waiting at our home.
Hi ho, it's off to work we go. I haven't heard that song in years. Yeah. So roll me that would be a performance?
Seems like it.
Yeah, do that.
Okay. That is, oh my God, 7, 8, 9. I rolled a 2. 2 plus 7 is a 9. So how do I mess up that so bad that it impacts our journey?
Oh, man.
As we went into this tie, I was like, oh, this is cake.
This is
skill checks.
Yeah.
Skill checks in my bard. No.
Oh, Jesus. I was like worried that this was going to be too easy for you and that you were just going to flow through with absolutely no problems. All right, so you've lost your horse. I'm trying to think of like what.
Did we attract unwanted attention?
You hear
or get distracted and get like hurt ourselves somehow.
Yeah, man. Nothing seems to have happened, but like you guys are still tired.
Oh, good.
You guys are just still tired.
Great. That's not ominous at all. Okay.
All right. So yeah, as you're continuing along, you guys come across a it seems like you maybe have lost the road a little bit. The undergrowth has just gotten so thick at this point. It's really hard to like tell where you are. And you come up to a very muddy creek, very, very deep. What do you do at this point?
We don't know that we're lost, huh? We didn't realize that we were off the road.
Maybe you do.
I could have sworn this was still in the right direction. Are we going the right way?
Well, any direction is the right direction, so long as you're happy where you end up. You talked to me about how strong you are, Blue.
Yes, sir. Very strong. I could fight any man.
Some of these trees look a little bit dead and like they might need fighting and perhaps to make a bridge. Have you ever fought anything into becoming a bridge?
Well, one time I killed 20 Ents.
Well, how about then some non-Ents,
Yes, sir.
feel like building us a bridge? You're really chipper for
I-
someone who I'm assuming is as warm as I am.
It might be heat stroke.
Oh, no.
So what is this, a medicine check now?
No, I think with this, he is going to roll a strength check, athletics check.
Can I propose
Yep.
that I'm giving him bardic inspiration by allowing him to tell me the entire story of him killing the Ents? So rather than me giving him inspiration, I'm letting him talk himself up?
Rad. I love it. Okay, so yeah, he goes up to this tall, dead tree that's covered with fresh vines and starts like hacking at it with a hand axe, and then it just starts leaning against it and starts working to shove it over and try to knock it over the creek.
And you get to add a D8.
Rad. Oh, D8? Fuck.
Yeah, 5th level. Which makes the fact that I couldn't sing us to victory a really embarrassing fact for a bard. I don't like that face.
You said D8?
Yes.
Well, fun fact, he got an 8 before that.
Oh.
I've got my little ice cream dice, candy corn dice.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Let's roll this. 6. 14. Oh, Jesus
my
Christ.
gosh.
It took me a moment to do the math on that. Oh, boy.
So so what, like Blue's thinking to himself like, oh, I just told him this story about how tough I am. I can't not do this.
I'm gonna fucking push this down if it's the last thing I do.
And the tree falls down, crashes over the creek, and provides a clear bridge over this deep, like maybe waist-deep mud. And you guys cross over.
Excellent work there, Blue.
Thank you, sir.
I must say that I did not believe any of your stories, but now I am considering that perhaps you weren't exaggerating quite so much.
Well,
I'm sorry, that sounded mean.
I thought you liked my stories, but okay.
Oh, I enjoyed them. I just thought they were fiction. But, oh no,
Oh, I understand. I understand.
no, Blue.
No,
it's,
I understand. It's
Okay, I cast Calm Emotions.
Does that just happen?
Well, I actually really don't want to burn the spell slot. I think I'd rather talk him through
Okay.
it.
So you guys continue on. All right, Mason,
Yes.
you are at the point right now where you need one success or one failure to make sure that you can arrive at Flughaven not exhausted. And let me be clear. If you get a failure, if you get one more failure, you get 3 failures, you will get the exhaustion status condition.
For our audience at home, obviously I know what that is because I've played D&D. What does it do? What does that mean?
So exhaustion gets worse as you get more levels of exhaustion. Since this would be your first level exhaustion, you would get disadvantage on all skill checks until you can completed a long rest.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, rad.
Good and great.
Good and great. Yeah.
Okay.
So tell me, I'm not going to set up this scene. You tell me, what is it? I'm letting you dig your own grave. What is it that you are going to try to do to help expedite your arrival at Flughaven?
Now, a smart person playing D&D would look down their list of skills and find the one with the highest modifier and try and work out a way for that to be applicable in this situation to help improve their chance of success. However, I am not a smart person, and also my highest skill is persuasion.
Which is not super applicable.
I mean, I could try and persuade my feet to bring me there, but that's hardly something that seems feasible. So, can I? Okay. I think as we're walking, this is kind of fitting.
Yep.
I think as we're walking and trying to find our way back onto the trail and make progress, there's a crashing through the underbrush, and we hear something running towards us, and both Blue and I freeze, and like a large bear or animal of your choosing crashes out and looks at us.
You are confronted with a large flug.
Okay. What's a flug?
Oh man, a thing of nightmares.
I think as it steps out, Talbotton freezes, racks his brain for a moment, and is like,
Flug, play dead or scare or make noise.
and then is like,
I think a flug you have to scare away.
so he like steps forward and uses the cantrip produce flame and like creates fire in his hands and just like screams and like stomps and makes himself look big and maybe uses produce flame to set fire to some plants around him and just try and scare it off.
I would like you to roll me a intimidation with advantage.
With advantage? You don't have to give me advantage just because I'm one away from death.
Wait, actually, no, wait. This is what I'll say. Roll me a nature check to see whether or not you were correct about it being intimidation is the way to go. And if you were correct, you will get advantage.
And if I was incorrect,
You'll get-
if I roll nature badly, is that a failure?
No.
Okay. So this is just this is a setup check.
Yes, this is a setup check.
Okay, well that's a 13 nature check.
Yes, that is good enough. So you do get advantage.
All right, dice. Okay, that's a 19 plus 6. That is a 25.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, the flug rears back on its hindquarters and lets out a large cry before waving its crest and disappearing into the darkness.
I think Talbotton just kind of stands there, crispy plants around his feet, and like stops producing flame, and then just kind of,
Okay.
Ooh, that was some quick thinking there, Mr. Talbotton.
Yes, a bit of a gamble.
Paid off?
Really glad that one paid off. That could have gone terrible. That was definitely a flug. If it was a flog, we'd be dead.
Oh, God, if it was a flog, I would have... Well, we could only pray for a swift death. But hey, good news.
And he gestures off a little bit towards there's a bit of a clearing in front of you, and off above the tree line in the setting sun, you can see a couple of silos peeking out.
Oh,
Looks like we're almost there.
oh good. Which means we can begin what we were sent here to do.
Don't look so down, sir. We wouldn't be here if we weren't, top of the game.
Yes, it's just warm, and I'm tired, and that stupid song is stuck in my head.
Listen, sir, we can go there, go to...
Stop calling me sir, Blue.
What would you like me to call you?
Just Talbotton,
Tal?
Buck.
Tal?
No, not
Buck?
you don't get to call me Buck.
I'll call you Buck if you'd like me to.
Nope.
Well, I mean, you're calling me Blue, and my friends call me Blue, so what do your friends call you?
They call me Talbotton.
All right,
But
Talbot.
you can call me Tal.
Well, I'll take that as, insight check. I'll take that as a compliment between friends.
Good. Yes.
All right. You're worn out. I'm sure Flughaven's, no matter how few people there are around there, they're a town, so it's got to have some type of quarters that we could set ourselves up in. We don't have to sleep on the ground, on the first floor. So let's just, make our way over and find somewhere to sleep.
You didn't forget the bedrolls, did you?
I was
Lou, is this your way of telling me?
Yes, I have them. They're in the...
Okay.
Oh, God. Oh, okay, yes, I have them.
Okay, not that I want to use...
off-screen insight check that doesn't affect the game.
So yeah, you guys continue forward. At this point, as you move in the direction of the silos, you can make out on the ground where the...
Ooh. Oh, sorry.
I don't know what that was. I just got
A really dumb joke. I'm sorry. Your pause was just really funny.
It took me a moment. It'll be the official second ship of side character quests.
I do not.
Okay. Okay.
I'm sorry, but you put like a full stop.
Okay. Oh boy. Okay. I need to find another way to phrase that. Looking in the setting sun, looking at the forest floor, you can see the part of the ground that used to be the road leading to Flughaven. And it's just all covered in vines. It's covered with grass, but you can just barely make out. You can. God damn it! God damn it!
Hey, Blue, I think there's just enough room right here.
Oh my god. Let's back away from this because it is not a help necessarily.
Okay, just give me a moment.
Ty, can I just throw a word to you?
Yeah.
Discern.
Thank you.
That just popped into my head as a good alternative.
Okay.
There's just enough room to make out. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. The opinions and relationships expressed herein are not those of the authors of Side Character Quest, its parent company, its affiliates, or its subsidiaries. All information presented within Side Character Quest is for entertainment purposes only. Fan art is breaking copyright law if it is done of that exact moment.
As you two move in the direction of the silos, you can clearly discern on the ground where the road used to be leading to Flughaven. And you continue along that direction, expecting to come across this town. But the thickness of the underbrush doesn't let up, and the sun is quickly setting. And I would like you to roll me a perception check.
I don't know what's wrong with my dice. That's a 4, 5, 6, 7.
4, 5, 6, 7? Okay.
Yeah.
Looking around, you can see like dark shapes in the woods around you. The sun is setting pretty fast. But yeah, it's just really hard to see much of anything. There's one shape maybe 10 feet tall off to your left, and then off to your right, you see what I suppose must be the bunching of silos.
Hey, Blue, do you have a torch?
Yeah, I should have a torch right over here.
He strikes some flint, lights a torch, and holds it up. And that illuminates the space around you enough to tell that, yes, those indeed were silos, and off across that smaller shape that you had seen appears to be a large shed of some sort, maybe a small building, but beyond that, it's unclear exactly what it was. There's a couple of windows and a door, but yeah, there's bushes all around it. There's like a tree growing through one of the silos, vines growing up everywhere.
Hey, Blue,
Yeah?
you know what I don't see? Any lights?
Yeah, there's nobody really around. Do you,
I mean, at least this means we won't have to pay for a room.
I suppose that's true. Do you think we should find somewhere safe to, like, settle down for the night, or do you think we should start looking around now?
Well, I don't know that... Like, this is weird. We can't just collapse on the ground here and sleep.
I'd agree with that.
Let's just pick...
Do I look around? I know I got a bad perception, but do I see anything that even remotely strikes me as what might have been an inn at some point, or any kind of place like that?
Over here, definitely not. The only structures that you see with that perception check were that small shed-like building, and then those 6 silos, which are in sort of a 2x3 formation. But the rest of the space is just like underbrush, trees, vines, that sort of stuff.
Okay, so shed or one of those 6 silos. I'll let you pick. Shed or silo?
Shed or silo? All right. Well, the shed has windows, so I'm tempted to go that way so that we can, like, just keep an eye on things.
Windows go both ways, though.
We can hang some nice curtains on them.
Yeah.
Nice,
Very
fix up the
industrious.
place. Make a nice home to somewhere you like, not just a house, but a home,
Yes, and then we can tell Father Pard that we came to Flughaven and we began our journey one home at a time. Would you like home improvement. Bring up the value of the neighborhood. Clean up the weeds, and yes, let's shed it. We'll check out the shed. Let's go up and take a more careful look through one of the windows and see if anything's going on in there before we just barge in and make ourselves at home.
Sounds good to me.
He's going to look along with you, so you're going to have an investigation check, and I'm helping you check, so you get advantage on this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, the first roll was a 15 plus 3, so that's an 18. And the second roll is a 5, so we're just going to pretend that didn't happen. So it's an 18.
All right, nice. Peeking through the windows and looking around this shed, you pick up a few things. You said an 18?
18.
Yeah. First of all, you notice there's no lock on this door. The windows, there's 2 windows on the same side as the door. The rest of the building does not have any windows. Inside is a single room that has a bulletin board against the far wall where there's a bunch of like papers posted up onto it and that sort of thing. And you can also tell that there's just tons and tons of like vines growing over this shed. And some of the wood of the shed itself seems to be a little bit cracked, but it also doesn't seem super old despite being so overgrown.
Out of character.
Yeah.
I almost took the spell Speak with Plants, and then I was like, that will never be useful.
Oh, interesting. You're going to really regret that.
Yeah, it literally made the second to last cut as I was weeding down the spells I was going to take.
Shit.
Yep. So,
Okay, Blue, these plants came in quickly. I mean, we knew that about the road, but it's like
Yeah.
look at the age of the wood and everything inside. This is I don't
strange.
I want to sleep on something that may take the vines, more than one night to grow over.
Well, I mean, I think I don't know exactly how long this has been here, but if the shed's standing now, I suppose it isn't going to collapse overnight. Then again, the silos are made of metal, so those might hold up a little bit better.
It wasn't exactly the collapse so much as it is the wake up being bound to the bed by the vines sort of thing that I'm afraid of.
I understand that fear.
Does the roof...
I look up, does the roof of the shed have vines growing over it?
No, not yet.
Let's sleep under the stars, Blue. Let's just crash on the roof of this shed.
Oh, interesting.
Sounds fun to me. All right, let's do it.
And he immediately like gets down on one knee, holds out his hands, and like gestures to like boost you up.
I'm tired. I'm not feeling petty enough to slight him. I take the jump.
Nice.
I take the boost.
Yeah, he boosts you up. You pull him up, I assume?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You guys both scramble up there and are atop the roof. And you just bed down, I assume?
I think just checking the integrity of the roof and the height of the vine. Talbotton is convinced that these vines are going to grow over us in the middle of the night, and so I just want to do everything I can to try and make sure that we have the least likelihood of that happening.
Roll me a nature check.
Me and my famous knowledge of nature. That's a 15.
With a 15, I don't know if nature would have been the right call for this. Should I I'm basically you're trying to figure out the structural integrity of this thing, right?
I'm trying to gauge how quickly the vines are growing, I think.
Gotcha. You cannot see them growing visually with your eye, and you don't have any reason to think at this point that that would be a concern.
Okay. Still sleeping on the roof.
Yeah.
Because they're coming from the ground, so at the very least, they won't get as good of a grip over the course of 8 hours or 1 hour, depending on if we're doing a long or short rest.
The vines are growing up only about halfway up the shed, so you don't have any reason to think that they would grow up over the shed overnight.
Okay, good. One more question
Yes.
then. Is the roof pitched or is it flat?
It's flat.
Okay,
it's
good.
slightly pitched, but the tiniest bit, just so that any water would drain off. But it's not it's not uncomfortable. You'd probably put your feet at the lower end and your head at the top end, and you'd be fine.
Okay.
Yeah. And with that, with the moon rising above you, I think we're gonna end there.
Is it at least a nice clear sky?
It's a nice clear sky.
Cool.
Cool. Thank you again, Mason, for joining us. Hey, listeners, if you've had a good time today, tell your friends about the show or leave a review. And while you're at it, how about you check out other shows on the Scavengers Network, like James and Aaron Minute Movies, or Wet Hot American Moon Juice, or Unnatural 20s. There's lots of options out there for you. Mason, do you have anything you would like to plug?
I would... Yes, Ty, I absolutely do. Wireless earbuds are all the rage nowadays, and not everybody... No, I'm just kidding.
See, Mason, the reason I knew you were coming at me with your bullshit, as usual, is that wireless earbuds, you don't plug. You specifically do not plug them.
You specifically don't plug them. You're right. RayconGlobal.com/Mason. No. Yeah, the Scavengers Network. Check out scavengersnetwork.com. Check out, there's a lot of great shows. And if for some reason you're interested in the things that I'm doing, I have my own website, masonamadeus.com. MasonAmadeus.com. It kind of looks like a janky version of Facebook, and it's got a bunch of stupid Easter eggs too. It's kind of fun.
It is stupidly fun. I like it. Yeah, I'll have a link to that in the show notes. And, well, with that, is there anything you wanted to, anything else that we need to cover?
I just want to say thank you for the great and colorful adventure.
Woo!
And sorry, and a huge sorry to M. Walker, and I hope that how you got away helped make it better. For the fact
Why did
that
I do that?
You were a horse. Yeah.
Oh boy. I think with that, it's time to pitter patter on out of here.
Yeah. Let's pitter patter.
Pitter patter, pitter patter, pitter patter, pitter patter, pitter patter.
Oh.
Thanks to the Joy Drops for the use of Not Drunk as our intro and outro music. Find them at thejoydrops.com. You can find us at sidecharacterquest.com, at SCQ Podcast on Twitter, or by email at sidecharacterquest@gmail.com.
The Scavengers Network.
Creator-driven,
community-focused,
treasured content.
This is gonna get cut and put in the bloopers.
Ooh, my friend came up with a film noir detective character name, and I love it so much because it's Twice Nightly. Detective Twice Nightly. Which is A+ in my mind.
That's very good.
Like half an office to sleep just because someone was being a little frustrating. So I think it's kind of fitting, and I think maybe I know I kind of described him as having doe-like features.
A lot of CEOs can relate to that.
Oh, what a good office joke.
What a good office joke right there.
Little boardroom humor.
A little Dilbert humor right there.
Right around, yeah. And watch this humorous PowerPoint that I've
Dungeons
put together.
in that Dilbert.
Oh, the guy who makes Dilbert sucks, though.
That's true.
Like, so much.
Yeah.
Golly gee willikers.
Oh, golly gee. Fuck yeah, man. Hell yeah. Heck yeah. All right. So,
oh, jeez. I didn't have a pencil. Sorry.
No worries. And so with that, we are going to roll into the skill challenge. Okay.
I didn't derail everything you had planned by taking a Oh, I dropped the call.
Mason was like,
goody,
I didn't
good.
derail everything you had planned, did I?
That's what
and
I
then
get.
Immediately cuts off his meeting and drops the call.
The horse's name is Podcube.
The horse's name is Podcube.
That's it all.
Yo, when you leaned back and yelled that, I literally saw steam come from your mouth. It is freezing where you are.
Yeah, I got my kerosene heater next to me. I'm wearing 4 layers. It's chilly.
I've got my little ice cream dice. Ice cream dice? I've got my little candy corn dice.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Let's roll
Terrible.
this. I love candy corn for the precise amount of time that it's available of the year, which is about roughly 1/24th of the year, and then it go into the garbage can until the next year.
Holy shit! I need to take my robe off. I'm too warm, which is also a weird thing to say.
We're gonna take a quick break.
Okay, yeah. Let's take a second. Oh my god.
All right, I'm gonna make some quick notes about where we left off. You guys are asleep on the rooftop. Slight angle. Not exhausted. No horse. What was the other thing? Not exhausted, no horse.
Not making out.
Not making out. Let me make a note of that. Not making out. Yeah,